Universal just kind of blew their load a little too early. There's no way a human being created this.
Woody Woodpecker, I'm so happy you are back.
Okay guys, we're currently back at Universal Studios Florida. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2024 update. All the original houses have been announced. We're also going to be uncovering some of the different Easter eggs hidden within the tribute store relating to HHN. Some little secrets leading to what's upcoming and all that fun stuff. So it is time to talk about the HHN shirt of the day. We're going to go back to Halloween Horror Nights 2012, the year of Silent Hill. This shirt has gone like crazy in price. It's like $150 to $200 now. And then there's also the hat, right? So the hat, you're going to have Robbie the Rabbit. And then on the back, it's going to say Silent Hill. So on that note, let's roll the commercial.
Universal's Halloween Horror Nights is very excited to be here today to share with you a really cool announcement. For the first time ever, we're tackling a video game franchise and bringing it to life at Halloween Horror Nights. Silent Hill comes to life in its most terrifying live form. John, tell them all about it.
Well, as designers of Halloween Horror Nights, we're thrilled with this partnership because we have the world of Silent Hill to bring to life. Fog World, Otherworld, Pyramid Head, the nurses, all of the incredible characters and environments that the fans of Silent Hill, whether it's a video game or a movie, have grown to love. We're bringing them to life, and now you're going to experience it at Halloween Horror Nights.
And nobody does it like Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort, the home of horror.
Okay, welcome back. It's like 100 freaking degrees, man. Let's head in.
So if you look at Cabby's cab now and you look in the window, you can see it says vacant right there.
All right, so first let's do the rundown of the houses that we've already talked about. Okay, I just want to go over some of the already announced houses that we've already talked about because it's going to lead into other Easter eggs. But if you've missed past videos, I want to make sure you understand what's coming. Slaughter Cinema 2 coming. If you're dying for a B-movie horror marathon, head to Cary Drive-In. Scream through the scenes from creature features, grindhouse gore, spaghetti westerns, and more. And then the next house, right, is going to be Major Sweets Candy Factory. You've been invited to chaperone a field trip to a candy factory. The deadly delicious treats turn the kids into sugar-fueled fiends. And then they also announced the museum Deadly Exhibit, right? You decide to visit the new folklore museum exhibit, The Rotting Stone, when an evil escapes from within, destroying everything in its path. We have Goblin's Feast. Welcome to the Goblin's Feast Tavern and visit the Goblin Village, where a lavish feast is being prepared for goblins, orcs, hobgoblins, and witches.
All right, word of the day. You just did DreamWorks. What's the word you're going to describe DreamWorks?
The only thing I got for today is sweltering, because I was in there just sweating so bad. It is sweltering outside.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on with the marketing team for Halloween Horror Nights this year. Universal just kind of blew their load a little too early. They released all 6 original houses. We did lose an IP. Marketing-wise, what are you doing? Because like what is so integral to the success of kind of the, the HHN community is kind of like Universal, spreading out the announcements and the teasers and the breadcrumbs, right? Because like when people were trying to figure everything out, there's so much more investment into the event. And by, Universal just releasing everything, the hype is kind of over because we already know pretty much the IPs that are coming, the other 4. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts? I know there are people who want to have all 6 houses announced right now, but I know so many of us kind of enjoy that journey to them announcing it and teasing the announcements. Now, one of the houses that I was talking about is that it's like pretty much coming was Poseidon's Fury. So Poseidon's Fury has kind of been put on ice. Probably next year or the next couple years, we will see a Poseidon's Fury house pop up. Let's go into the tribute store now.
So let's do the whole HHN rundown. We're gonna start here with the main board. So over here, right,
it says the Global Discovery Group is now hiring. Now hiring has been crossed out because the attraction is now closed. So they're looking for a full-time role. Good benefits. They must be named Taylor. If you didn't know, every single person was named Taylor at that attraction. No experience necessary. Apply in person, it's crossed out because, you cannot apply anymore. There's going to be role requirements, right? So it says reading comprehension, no fear of drowning, ability to herd cats, must be able to climb a ladder, public speaking, can follow directions, must like khaki and vests, wealth of knowledge of Greek and Roman mythology, good with spreadsheets, versatile with microphones and flashlights. Contact Professor Baxter for more information. There's like a puzzle within this. So if you look over to the right, it's going to say DA question mark. You go to the D and the A, and they're all circled. They're lowercase. So when you find every single lowercase letter there and you write it all out, it says Darkanon lives. Darkanon is the villain from Poseidon's Fury. He dies at the end of the attraction. As I told you guys earlier, Poseidon's Fury was supposed to be coming. It sounds like it's coming next year. And this confirms that Poseidon's Fury is coming next year for Halloween Horror Nights. As you know, they always put these breadcrumbs leading to upcoming Halloween Horror Nights houses.
So we're going to come over here to the Laguna Lounge. And I have a theory. You got a little Tribby, right? He's on this little coaster because there's all the different Universal monsters on it. I don't think this is leading to the HHN tribute store. I think this is going to lead to what's going to be the overlay for the All Hallows Eve boutique. So I don't know if that's going to be the summertime or if that's going to be for the fall time, but I think this is what it's leading to because that's where they always have the Universal monsters, you know, dressed up. So I think this is leading to the All Hallows Eve boutique.
Okay, so as you know, when you walk in, right, along with all the VHS tapes, you will see nods to the original Slaughter Cinema House, Pumpkin Guts, Amazon Cannibals from Planet Hell, and Speak of the Devil, Cult of the Beast Baby. So I have a theory. All the little Mr. Tapes are representing different things coming for HHN. So if you look over this one, right, you have Mr. Tape, and then he's got a Tribby mask, right? Tribby kind of equals something spooky or HHN related. And then he also has a giant knife, and it looks like he's murdered another VHS tape because it looks like a bunch of tape, right, around there. So it looks like he slaughtered a movie, or he slaughtered some cinema. Once HHN happens, I think we might start to recognize some of the stuff within these little Mr. Tapes, within the house. That's just a theory that I have. So when you first walk into the arcade, right, you're gonna look at the carpet. Now the carpet has popped up within something. One of you guys pointed this out. The live action Five Nights at Freddy's had the exact same carpet. Now Five Nights at Freddy's was supposed to be coming, then something happened. We'll talk about that in an upcoming video. There's also some interesting wizard stuff happening. So then, you know, we have the Easter egg for Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate, but there's deeper stuff within it. If you remember the queue, there was this like skull and a spider web. They recreated that on the wall. And then also when you're going across the drawbridge, they recreated top of the drawbridge also. But if you look over here, you see this orc looking guy. As you know, they already announced a orc house is coming. There's always a connection between HHN and Little Tribby. And if you look down, they kind of have a live action skull of Little Tribby. You can tell it's Little Tribby because his eyes are glowing. Is the new Goblin's house an extension of the universe from Dueling Dragons from last year? I think so. I think that's what's happening because when you first walked through Dueling Dragons right last year, a lot of those same creatures were in the beginning and they'll be featured in a new Goblin's house. So I think we're gonna get an extension of Dueling Dragons this year with that Goblin's house, or there'll be some massive connections.
But there's some little rules over here. So the laser dungeon rules: no physical contact, no offensive language, no running or jumping, no climbing or sitting, no kneeling or lying down, keep both hands on laser bow, stay 5 feet away from all other players. And it says failure to follow the rules will lead to expulsion from the arcade. So these are going to be the laser bows that you're going to be using.
Okay, so now we're gonna head into the Tribute Store Theater, right? We have all these wonderful little themed areas, but for the posters, they all say now playing except Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters says it's coming soon. As we know, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is gonna be coming. So I wonder if that is an Easter egg. Got a Fiona push pop. Seeing this just kind of gives me a little PTSD from, remember that like salmon push pop from Italy? You got Fiona right there. There's like some gummy worms, some green swamp frosting. Oh, that's the same crappy cake. Cake pop. Bad too. 5.5. The gummy worms tasted like Great Value gummy worms, so it's like you're biting into cough syrup, so you're enjoying that kind of mediocre cake that Universal uses, and then you get like cherry flavored cough syrup in there. 5.5 out of 10. Okay, now that we've like worked up our appetite, we're gonna go to Mel's. Now I have filmed a little mini video of the opening of Mel's. I never posted it, so you know what? Go back in time, enjoy a little bit of Cabby, enjoy the little review of Mel's, and then we'll go back in and see if it's improved at all. Enjoy. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It is a big day. Mel's Drive-In has opened.
We got dual transportation out today, the cab and the bike.
Sometimes we have nothing, and today we got two.
So the question of the day is,
oh yeah, okay.
Mel's is opening, right?
Yes.
What is your go-to diner meal?
Oh, okay. Well, I actually have been looking at the Mel's menu. I have to admit that I'm going to go over there and try that chili cheese hot dog. And they also do the chili cheese fries, so that sounds really good to me.
Justice for Labby the Cabby!
Beetlejuice, how are you doing today? Mel's just opened.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I gotta ask, what is your favorite thing to eat? Just in general, not at Mel's.
You can't get it at Mel's, I'll tell you that.
Stay crusty, my friend.
Hey, always.
Word of the day.
Retro. I'm getting a retro vibe. 1950s retro vibe.
We got the jukebox here. All right, so they switched the colors a little bit. They're going for kind of the red and black and white. As you know, I love my Easter eggs. The menu switches real quick. It goes to kind of like something like the Please Stand By. Each one of the Please Stand Bys within the menu is a different Universal property, so we'll show the whole montage.
Okay, so the hidden little Easter eggs within the menu board are awesome. So first off, you're gonna have one with a tornado, right? This is gonna be for the Twister attraction. You're gonna have a dinosaur footprint. This is gonna be for Jurassic Park. And then here, you're gonna have the flux capacitor. This is gonna be a little nod to the Back to the Future ride that they used to have. You can see Frankenstein monsters bolts around the circle, and then you have kind of, you know, the electricity candy and some different chemicals. And then you have Bruce right here to represent the Jaws attraction. And then the original Universal Studios icon, Woody Woodpecker right there. That is awesome that they kind of hid this within a menu board.
All right, so if I remember correctly, they had registers here. They're now gone. This is the queue. They're really pushing the mobile order. Half of the restaurant is mobile order. They have 3 registers right here. I like the menu design on the front and the back. Like it's got photos on it.
I gotta admit, this stuff is expensive. This burger was $15. It looks kind of sad, I gotta admit. It's gonna be the Big Bopper Burger, a beefy patty with cheddar cheese, bacon strips, onion rings topped with barbecue sauce. I'm getting big Burger King vibes from that. It tastes like a Whopper. And then the fries are always my favorite thing here at Mel's. I want them a little more crispier. They're a little limp. Oh, those suckers are cold. These are like hospital fries. Okay, and then for dessert, we got these sock hoppin' shakes. These are gonna be $7. Now, Universal shakes in the past just kind of taste like a crappy Frosty. This looks a little more elevated than that. So it's gonna be a chocolate shake. It's gonna have like key crumble, a cherry with whipped cream, fudge on the bottom. I get that fudge in there. It's not a bad shake. Okay, burger review, sad. 6.5. Literally just tasted like a Whopper. There was no seasoning on the patty. You could literally go to City Walk, pay half the price for an overpriced Whopper at Burger King. I used to love these fries. There was no seasoning on them. They were just cold. The shake was great. Really enjoyed the shake. 8.5. Had a good like fudgy finish to it. You know, it's not like a twosome shake. So 8.5. I would say if you're coming here, come and get a shake. It is $7 though for a small little shake. Now it's time to try the other dessert, the pie. They have a whole pie section. So this is gonna be a strawberry lemon pie. It almost reminds me of like an elf hat. It starts off like a strawberry banana Trix yogurt. It hits it with this like sour lemon bar. Pie crust is not winning me over either. You know when you have to like bake a pie for a party real quick? It's not like your family. It's just like your friends. So you get kind of like the very cheap pie crust at the grocery store, the pre-made one, where you put in, you know, your pudding stuff. So it's kind of like that pie crust. And then you get this like Trix yogurt, strawberry banana sour yogurt. 6 out of 10.
Looks like they have all new tables and chairs. I love this vintage retro design on the table. And then all the chairs kind of have that like glitter in it for like a car paint job. 4 new freestyle machines. These are custom designed. I love these things so much. So they look like an old school Coca-Cola freezer where you get your Coke. So each one of these cars, right, if you come up to them, they all have a little sticker, right, talking about American graffiti and a little backstory behind it. So you can read them, right? There's all these fun little facts about each one of the cars. But all these people just walk by this, they say, oh, that's a nice car. And they don't really understand the meaning and backstory behind this stuff. All right, you know what? Let's go ride. It's a 10-minute wait.
So they were loading every single little circle today. So the frame rate for the screen was horrendous. You couldn't tell what was happening. Everything was just so off because there's so many people using it at once. The ride is just a mess. I don't know why they didn't just take down the Blue Man Group Theater, put in a slow-moving dark ride like Secret Life of Pets, but Minions themed. Just have all these Minions doing all these fun little things in different scenes. People would love it. The only reason to go ride this attraction is to see the Jaws Easter egg. Not seen Woody Woodpecker in almost like a decade. He is like the original Universal Studios mascot.
Woody Woodpecker, I'm so happy you are back. It's been a long time. Because, you know, you are the icon of Universal Studios. We've missed you. We've missed you and everything.
You're my first Universal character I ever met. Oh. Okay, welcome back.
We're heading in to Mel's Drive-In.
Okay, food is here. It's interesting again. So I got the crispy chicken sandwich platter this time. It's gonna be a hand-breaded chicken breast, tomatoes, avocado ranch, and sesame seed bun. The chicken looks like the bottom of someone's foot. The chicken, yeah, it feels like I'm eating fish for some reason. It's just the batter. On the fries, a french fry is supposed to be crispy. They should not be wiggling around like a little worm. That chicken sandwich was dreadful. I don't even know if I was eating chicken at that point. All this breading just like comes off. I'm gonna do 4 out of 10. That was a dreadful chicken sandwich. Mel's has not improved, and avoid this place at all costs. There's plenty of great options for food. Just don't go to Mel's. It used to be good. I used to really love it. The fries are terrible. Where's that classic seasoning that we used to have, Universal?
The main American Graffiti car is gone. It was literally here yesterday. Okay, here in the front of the park, they got some new merch here at Universe. Oh, we got the new arrivals. $225. We have a new Jurassic Park kind of zip up fuzzy log sleeve jacket. Looks like there's a map design right there. Then on the back you have the skeleton of the T-Rex that says Jurassic Park. We also have a new blue $80 hoodie. It's again the Universe very thick material, right? So this isn't like your cheap stuff. It's like the designer brand stuff. You have a little patch of the T-Rex, little pocket down there. And then on the back You have a Velociraptor that says Jurassic World. $40 for this new short sleeve shirt. You have the T-Rex right there with a bunch of little dinos, some little cars, little Velociraptors. Paradise, protect and preserve dinosaur wildlife and its new habitat. It says prehistoric, and we're gonna come over here. There's gonna be $50. It'll be a long sleeve shirt, and you're gonna have a T-Rex right there roaring at you. I'm sure that'll pop in black light. $40 for this crop top. It just kind of looks like modern art. You're just very confused when you're looking at it, and eventually you'll spot some shapes, some dinosaurs in it. $80 for this long sleeve little sweater. It says Raptor Running Club. Funny, the Raptor's chasing after the little kids, and the T-Rex is chasing after that guy. These have been around for a while. You had the little blue Loungefly, and then the Jurassic Park Funko one right there. Now this jacket's been out for a while, but I've never looked at the back. It's $125. It says Frankenstein. You turn around the back, it says, "You make me feel alive," and the arm right there.
All right, so on that note, let's head back to the office and we'll talk about the remainder of the stuff that got announced. Okay guys, we're back in the office. Let's talk about the other Halloween Horror Nights houses that have been announced. So the first one is gonna be Monstrous. Monstrous is returning or happening now in Orlando with La Muerto as your guide. You'll be begging for Pie Dad from these 3 terrifying legends, Tlalopuchi, La Chuza, and El Saban. Now the problem that I have with this is, like, the house in Hollywood was incredible, 10 out of 10. It was a perfect house. It was like my house of the year out in Hollywood last year. It was scary and terrifying. Sets were beautiful. I don't know if Universal Orlando is gonna be able to pull that off. We'll see how it is, but you know, with all these budgets that are happening within HHN right now, are we gonna have animatronics in it, like in Hollywood, the big puppets like in Hollywood? So it's interesting, because we just had it last year, fresh on everybody's mind how incredible it was. And then the 6th original house is gonna be called Triplets of Terror. And then we have Triplets of Terror. You've been invited to a Barmy Triplets birthday bash. Be aware, celebrate by recreating their family's murders. I just gotta take a second. Who designed this? This looks absolutely god-awful. Like, it just looks like an AI generated Halloween Horror Nights house. It just doesn't look right. There's no way a human being created this. A lot of people are probably thinking, why are we getting 6 original houses? And there was an IP that dropped out or didn't happen. Apparently, internally, I've heard from like multiple people now that it was Lady Gaga. We were supposed to be having a Lady Gaga IP house. This is all just rumors and speculation, but it is kind of cool to kind of see the little clue for Poseidon's Fury to kind of show that it's coming next year. Like, it's like I was hearing they were working on it and everything. It just sounds like it just got put on ice this year and it'll be coming next year. Speculation map for Halloween Horror Nights 2025. Put out Poseidon's Fury on it. In the very beginning of June, we will be getting announcements of stuff. You got some Scare Zone stuff. The IPs are gonna be announced finally. As you know, we've kind of like talked all about the IPs already. So pretty much, you know, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Insidious, Quiet Place, and then all-female Universal Monsters house. I did get some info about the Universal Monsters house. So apparently, right, it's supposed to be like the female Universal Monsters. So the biggest rumor, right, is Bride returning. It also sounds like there's gonna be some sort of like stunt, or someone's gonna be on like wires, there's gonna be bungee cords, so there's gonna be like an acrobatic scare happening within the house. I did stop by the P.O. box. I got a bunch of like letters and packages from you guys, so thank you so much. This is from Paul from New Jersey. Oh, no. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so this was for the Broken Shark play. Alice and I were trying to go to this. We went to New York. We saw Back to the Future. It'll be coming in an upcoming video, but this show had already left. How was it? Let me know, Paul. This is cool. A pen from the play. A magnet. I'm really sad that I missed out on it because I really wanted to go. It was kind of just talking about kind of the whole backstory behind, you know, behind the scenes of them making the film Jaws, because it was a true disaster. But the show had left New York by the time we got there. This is cool. Thank you so much. Speaking of Broadway, Rachel is going to be Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. Tickets have gone on sale now, so if you want to see Rachel a little later in the year, she'll be on Broadway. So freaking proud of her. But yeah, tickets are on sale now. So guys, let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about them releasing all 6 of the original houses? Would you have rather had them kind of, you know, space it out, or do you want this big, you know, drop all the original houses? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family!
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Halloween Horror Nights and Universal Studios around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
Chili cheese hot dog.
Hey, no, no, hey, no.
I have to admit that I'm gonna go over there and try that hot dog.